God says, "My beloved child, open your heart now, for I have something to reveal to you." This message is not meant for everyone, it is meant only for you. The moment your soul aligned with divine light, your name was etched into the list of my chosen ones, selected by the heavens, sealed by the prayers of angels, and honored by the hand of my glory. But something has happened, and I cannot stay silent. There is someone very close to you. Someone who smiles in your presence, someone who knows you deeply, not just your habits and routines, but the quiet longings of your heart, the insecurities you never utter aloud, and the dreams you whisper only in the dark. This person has used that knowledge to bend your path away from the light, away from what I designed for you. Yes, my child, you are being removed from the list of chosen ones, not by me, but by someone who fears your rising, someone who cannot bear to see you step into the authority I have ordained for you. They know how powerful you are when you walk with me. They know your anointing will break chains, not just your own but those of generations after you. So they act in secret, manipulating energies, speaking words that seem harmless on the surface but are laced with envy and sabotage. They have planted seeds of confusion. They've fed you doubts like poison dressed as sugar. That whisper in your mind telling you that you're unworthy? That was never your thought. That overwhelming heaviness that tells you to stop trying? That was injected into your spirit by someone who wanted you to forget who you are. My child, this is spiritual warfare, and you've been under attack longer than you realize. I need you to listen closely now. I am not angry with you. I am not disappointed. I do not withdraw my love or favor because someone else plotted against you. But you must rise. You must see with new eyes. The longer you stay unaware, the more vulnerable you become. Your name being removed is not permanent, not if you choose to fight back through prayer, faith, and alignment with my voice. Rest assured, nothing will go wrong with you when you place your trust in me. There are battles I've already won for you, ones you don't even know exist. There are doors I've kept closed, even when you knocked, because behind them were traps. There are people I've separated you from, not because you were unworthy of love but because their love came with conditions that would dim your divine fire. But hear me, the enemy used someone you trusted. They knew you would not question this person. That's why they chose them. It had to be someone close, someone convincing, someone you'd never suspect. This person presented themselves as helpful, but they've spoken your name in rooms where curses were disguised as casual conversations. They've laughed with you while hiding the dagger of betrayal behind their smile. Still, you are not helpless. You are not forsaken. I have already dispatched angels to circle you. Even now, as you receive this message, Archangel Michael stands near you, sword drawn, clearing the atmosphere around your home, your mind, your heart. Every trap is being dismantled. Every lie spoken against you is being reversed. But I need something from you, total surrender. Trust me even when it looks like nothing is changing. Trust me even when the pain grows heavier before the breakthrough comes. Because you are not falling apart, you are being spiritually reconstructed. You are not being punished, you are being purified. And those who tried to erase you from my chosen list will watch as I raise you higher than before. Do not be afraid of exposure. The truth is coming out. What was hidden will be revealed. Not just about this person, but about you. The truth of your strength. The truth of your destiny. The truth of your calling. And it will shake the very foundations of those who tried to dim your light. The time has come for divine reversal. What was spoken to curse you will be turned into fuel for your rise. My child, you may feel alone. You may wonder why so many people suddenly turned cold or distant. That was me removing those who no longer deserve access to you. I am not punishing you, I am protecting you. Every no was a shield. Every closed door was my mercy. Every delay was divine alignment. Even now, I am releasing signs into your life. The number 7 will appear in unusual places, reminding you of completion and perfection in me. A message will come from someone unexpected, someone who carries a key to the next level of your journey. Your dreams will become clearer, more vivid, for I will speak to you directly. Listen. Write them down. You will see that I have been speaking all along, you just needed to tune out the chaos to hear me. The one who removed your name, I will deal with them. You don't have to retaliate. You don't need to explain yourself. I will expose everything in my perfect timing. And when I do, justice will not come with violence or hatred, but with divine elevation. I will raise you so high that those who doubted your worth will only be able to watch as I pour favor over your life. You were never ordinary. That's why your warfare has been extraordinary. You were never average, that's why the attacks felt relentless. But you survived every arrow, every storm, every betrayal. And you're still here. That means purpose still pulses within you. That means your story is not over. Pray like never before. Speak life over your path. Say, I belong to God. I will not be moved. God says, you're being removed from this list of chosen ones by someone who knows your deepest secrets. But I, the Lord your God, have come to intervene before it's too late. In the stillness of this moment, you feel the pull, the whisper of the Spirit that something bigger than you is unfolding. Something not meant to remain hidden. Something not meant to be ignored. For weeks, a subtle shift has been forming in your life, and while others dismissed it, heaven never did. You have felt it. The strange silences, the unexpected delays, the people pulling away for no reason. That isn't your imagination. There's been a force working against you, and that force is cloaked in familiarity. God says, you have confided in someone, trusted someone with your fears, with your dreams, with your battles. And this person, beloved, has taken what you shared in confidence and used it as a key to open the door of sabotage behind your back. God says, this was not their first plan. It began with envy, then bitterness, and finally, the seed of betrayal took root. They watched your glow and wished it dimmed. They saw your favor and resented it. They smiled while speaking curses under their breath. I watched it all. I heard the conversations you never heard. I sat in the room where your name was being dissected, mocked, ridiculed, torn apart by someone who should have covered you. The Lord says, this person is trying to remove you from my ordained list. A spiritual list marked in heaven where your name glows with divine light. They cannot physically erase it, but they're working in the shadows, feeding doubt into the minds of those I placed around you for divine assignments. They want to disqualify you from divine rewards, redirect angelic helpers away from you, and rewrite the spiritual verdicts already written in your favor. But I, the Lord your defender, have come down to stop this. There was a moment not long ago when you felt like something was stolen from you, a job, an opportunity, a connection, a blessing you were sure was yours. That wasn't a coincidence. The Lord says, it was intercepted. And the hands that intercepted it bore fingerprints of familiarity. They were close enough to sense what you were praying for. Close enough to hear your spiritual groaning. Close enough to dress like light but move like darkness. And now they've gone too far. Now they've touched what is mine. You. God continues, my child, I chose you before the foundations of the world. I chose you before the betrayal, before the lies, before your tears dried on your cheeks and you told yourself to stay quiet. But I did not call you to be silent. I did not call you to be overlooked. I called you to shine, to declare, to be a voice in the wilderness for those still bound in fear. And your voice is a threat to the ones who want the world to stay blind. There is a spiritual ledger, a divine record, where names are marked, assignments are listed, callings are distributed. Yours has not been erased, but there was an attempt. And heaven responded. There was a divine alarm. Archangel Michael drew his sword the moment your name was whispered with malicious intent. The angels assigned to you paused for a moment, confused by the conflicting requests being made on your behalf. But God stepped in and clarified. No, this one is mine. You are not being disqualified, even though others are trying. You are not forgotten, even though silence surrounds you. You are not being punished, even though it may feel like it. You are in the middle of a divine court session, and the judge has just stood up. God says, I am about to expose who tried to remove your name from your inheritance. I'm about to strip the disguise off someone close to you, someone whose face you trusted but whose heart was aligned with darkness. This betrayal isn't small. And this isn't just about you. This is about a generational door that was about to open through your obedience. A door that would have blessed your children and their children. The enemy knew what was at stake. So he used someone who had access to your heart to try and delay your purpose. But what the enemy forgot is that when I mark someone, no man can unmark them. When I appoint, no man can disappoint. You are standing on holy ground right now, even as you read this. There is a cloud of witnesses watching you, praying for you, pushing for you. Your mother in heaven has been whispering to angels to protect you. She sees what you can't. She cried when she saw the betrayal forming. But now she rejoices because God is responding. There is a shift. Not just emotionally, but spiritually, in the heavens. The list is being reconfirmed. Your name is not just on it. It's being highlighted in gold. You've wondered why it's been so quiet, why friends disappeared, why support felt thin, why nothing seemed to move. It's because God paused everything to protect you from walking into a trap. This delay wasn't rejection. It was divine obstruction. You were about to sign something, trust someone, invest somewhere, open your heart again, but the Lord stopped it. He allowed the stillness so you could hear His warning. And now you're hearing it. God says, don't go back to what tried to delete your destiny. Don't be afraid to walk away from the familiar if the familiar is fighting your future. I have seen enough. I will now expose enough. You will receive a message, a letter, a call, a text, that seems normal, but it will carry the smell of sabotage. Don't bite. Don't agree. Don't rush. Instead, wait on me. I am sending a divine confirmation in the next 48 hours that will reveal who has been operating behind the curtain. This exposure is going to hurt. But it will heal. It will reveal. And it will release you. You've been tied unknowingly to a person whose presence was delaying your promise. They looked like help, but they were holding you back. You thought they loved you, but their love came with strings. You thought they prayed for you, but they were praying against you in secret. They smiled in public but plotted in private. God says, no more. Heaven has issued an order. Your name is being restored to where it belongs, not at the bottom, not behind the scenes, not forgotten. You are being elevated, reinstated, remembered. And not just spiritually, but publicly. There's a record of everything the enemy tried to erase. And now I, the Lord your God, will repay every stolen opportunity, every silenced blessing, every withheld miracle. There will be a divine reversal. Even the timelines that seemed lost will bend back in your favor. That connection you thought was missed, it's coming again. That door you believed was shut forever, it will swing open soon. That healing you thought delayed, is now on divine fast forward. Because you didn't retaliate, because you stayed quiet and cried to me, I have decided to honor your restraint with reward. This betrayal was not just about gossip or sabotage. It was an attack against your identity. The enemy wanted you to question if you were ever chosen. He wanted you to look at your life and see the lack as proof of absence. But God says, lack is not the absence of my love. It is often the stage before my abundance. I allow moments of silence so your spirit sharpens its hearing. And now you've heard me. So now I will act. There is a table being prepared in front of your enemies, not behind their backs. They will watch the oil drip from your head. They will see the favor fall. They will see the invitation arrive with your name written clearly, undeniably, unshakably. The rejection was real, but so is the resurrection. You are about to rise from obscurity, from delay, from confusion. You are about to walk into a season where even the things you lost will chase you back. There will be days coming soon when you will cry from gratitude. When you'll look back at today and say, God, you really meant every word. You didn't let them erase me. You didn't let them silence me. You remembered me when I was forgotten. And the heavens will echo back, yes, I remembered you. Because you are mine. So do not fear. The betrayal cannot win. The attempt to remove your name has failed. And now, the heavens are declaring your name aloud again. Every angel knows it. Every demon fears it. Every promise still holds it. You are chosen. You are covered. You are rising. You're being removed from this list of chosen ones by someone who knows your deepest secrets, someone who has sat near you, watched you, and silently envied the favor upon your life. This is not just another spiritual message. This is a divine intervention meant to reach your soul before irreversible damage occurs. A conversation took place behind your back, yes, a real conversation, and your name was mentioned, not as a blessing, but as a threat to someone else's pride. They have seen how you are loved by God. They know the anointing on your life. And now, they are doing everything in their limited power to make sure you miss your divine appointment. But I need you to pause and breathe. Because no matter what they attempt, no matter how cleverly they twist the truth or manipulate others to turn against you, God has not left your side. In fact, God is more present than ever, watching, recording, remembering, and getting ready to reveal. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. This season of divine testing is not your punishment, it is your proving ground. You were never chosen to fit in, you were chosen to stand out. And the resistance you are feeling is not a sign of failure. It is confirmation of your power. There is a strong wind coming, one that seeks to scatter your confidence, scatter your plans, scatter your identity. But the Spirit of God is stronger. And while they gather to discuss your downfall, heaven is gathering angels to orchestrate your rising. You may feel the loneliness creeping in, the heartbreak building, the confusion swirling like a storm in your mind. But listen, right in the center of that storm is the eye of peace, and God is in that place, whispering your name, reminding you of every promise, every prophecy, every private prayer you've cried when no one else was around. The weapons formed against you look convincing. The evidence being twisted sounds real. The rumors have become believable. But God says, they shall not prosper. No matter how many tongues rise against you, no matter how many try to rewrite your narrative, heaven knows the truth. And heaven defends truth. You don't need to defend yourself right now. You just need to believe, hold steady, and pray. God will vindicate you in front of the same faces that doubted you, the same voices that tried to silence you. There are spiritual battles being fought for you that you don't even know about. Archangel Michael has been dispatched for your defense. There are warriors in the unseen realm warring for your peace, for your mind, for your future. The very fact that you're still standing after everything they did behind closed doors is evidence that you are divinely protected. You should have broken by now, but you didn't. You should have given up, but you didn't. You should have believed their lies, but something in you, stronger than your mind, deeper than your feelings, kept holding on. That something is your spirit, and it is still connected to the throne of God. You're being watched by people who pretend to celebrate you, but their smiles are masks hiding quiet intentions to replace you. They're waiting for you to stumble. They're waiting for you to explode. But you will not give them that satisfaction. You will rise above. Because your faith is not rooted in people. Your trust is not in circumstances. Your hope is not in things. Your foundation is God. And when your foundation is God, no storm, no betrayal, no whispering tongue can shake what has already been ordained. Don't be afraid if you're losing people. Don't be surprised if things that used to work suddenly stop. This is a stripping season, a holy separation. God is removing distractions. God is disconnecting you from anything that's not aligned with your next season. Some of what's falling apart is God's mercy, not the enemy's attack. God knows who cannot go with you. God knows what conversations must be silenced, what bridges must burn, what doors must close. It may hurt right now, but later you will understand why it had to be this way. You were not created to remain stuck in cycles of doubt and fear. That's why this message came to you. Because even though you've been praying, even though you've been trying to stay strong, a part of you started questioning, why is this happening to me? Did I do something wrong? Has God changed his mind about me? And the answer is no. 1,000 times no. You did nothing wrong by being chosen. You did nothing wrong by being obedient. In fact, the attacks prove you did something right. Darkness doesn't fight darkness. It only fights the light. There is a specific person in your life right now, someone you thought you could trust, someone whose energy has changed. You've sensed the shift. You've ignored the signs. But God says open your eyes. They have been influenced by jealousy, by fear, by their own unresolved pain. And instead of healing, they've chosen to hurt you. Forgive them, but don't stay silent. Pray for them, but don't stay blind. You need wisdom now more than ever. You need discernment to know what to say, when to speak, and when to walk away. Don't chase what God is trying to remove. Don't plead with those who were never meant to stay. Let it go, even if it breaks your heart. Because what's ahead of you is too holy for polluted hands. Right now, you are in a spiritual courtroom. There are accusations being made against you, not just in the natural, but in the unseen. The enemy is bringing up your past, twisting your words, pointing to your failures. But Jesus is your advocate. And he stands in your defense, speaking grace, mercy, and truth. The blood still speaks. The cross still covers. The promise still holds. You are not guilty. You are not condemned. You are forgiven. And not just forgiven, but elevated. Not just spared, but crowned. Someone reading this is about to enter a season of radical restoration. Everything you lost, time, money, peace, relationships, God is bringing it back, but bigger. The ones who laughed will watch. The ones who mocked will marvel. Because your elevation will be public. You suffered privately, but your restoration will be visible. Don't let your current pain blind you to the beauty that's coming. Don't let your tiredness convince you it's over. It's not over. You're closer than you think. I know you feel like quitting. I know you're tired of fighting. I know you want to disappear. But hear this, you didn't come this far just to give up now. There is more to your story. There is a chapter you haven't seen yet. God is not finished with you. What He started, He will finish. What He promised, He will perform. Your tears were not in vain. Your waiting was not wasted. Your loyalty will be rewarded. You just have to stay in alignment. Keep praying. Keep trusting. Keep showing up, even when you don't feel like it. Keep believing, even when nothing makes sense. A door is about to open that no man can shut. But it requires your faith. Not perfect faith, just willing faith. Faith that says, even if I don't understand, I will trust you. Faith that says, even if I'm afraid, I'll still move. God doesn't need you to figure it all out. He just needs you to follow. And if you follow, He will lead you into rooms you never imagined, conversations you never planned, blessings you never saw coming. You are not forgotten. Heaven is not silent. The angels are not idle. Things are being moved for your good, even now. The battle is intense because the breakthrough is massive. The pressure is heavy because the promotion is close. Don't be moved by what you see. Trust what you heard. You heard God say you are chosen. You heard Him say He would never leave you. You heard Him say there's a calling on your life. So don't let the noise around you make you forget the voice within you. This is your divine reminder: you are still the one God called. You are still the one God favors. You are still the one He is fighting for. And no betrayal, no delay, no demon can cancel what heaven has written about you. Rest in that truth. Stand on that promise. And walk boldly into the rest of your journey.